Hello CraftDee family, it's Dee and welcome to week 5 of the Kiddie Pool Garden series. Now here is my garden at the beginning of week 5. You can see that my tomato plants are growing very well. We've been having a little bit of rain, so they've been loving that. And these are my husky tomato plants and my zucchini plant. And here's my pool with all of my zucchini plants together. And here is the pool with the peppers, and the soil has little beans planted in there, and I'm waiting for those to grow. And here is an overview of the garden. So I'm taking a look at some of the production, and I have little bell peppers on the plant. Now we spotted these last video, but they are really starting to grow really well. Now my other pepper plant, I have a lot of flowers, so I'm hoping that I'll get some fruit soon. And the same goes for the tomato plants. I'm seeing a lot of flowers, no fruit just yet, but the bees have been busy, so I hope to see some soon. And then my husky tomato plant is still growing well, and there are the fruits that we spotted last week, and they're growing very well too. And then my zucchini plants, the stalks are getting nice and thick, and I see little buds forming down there, so hopefully we should see some growth coming out of that too. And then I planted my beans last week, and if you look close, we see just a smidge of them popping up out of the soil. I'm really excited to see that they're finally coming through. It only took about 4 days for them to germinate, and I think it was because of that soak. So hopefully I'll see more growth out of these this week. So I waited a couple days and headed out, and wow, look at the garden. It looks like it's grown quite a bit. My tomato plants are getting real big and bushy. I'm really excited for that. My zucchini is popping way out of the bag now, so that tells me that they're getting the nutrients, and the pepper plants are still growing strong. So what I decided to do is actually pinch off the suckers on the plant. Now the sucker is this little stem that sticks out between the base stem and the branch, and these pull away from the nutrients in the plant. So we're just going to pinch those off. Now I'm just going to go around the plant, and I'm just going to pinch them off where I see them. You don't have to pull off every single one of them, but you want to try to pull as many as possible to kind of preserve those nutrients for when it starts producing fruit. And here's one large sucker that I pulled off that I missed a few weeks ago, and I've heard you can put this in water and it'll start to root and grow its own plant. I might try that next week. Then on to the next day, I noticed I finally saw some fruit on my San Marizano tomato plants. I also found a few cherry tomatoes as well. And look, my little beans are popping up through the soil. I'm so excited to see them. Also, my fruit on my husky tomato plant is getting very large. Now fast forward to the end of the week, and wow, this thing has shot up amazing. Now this tomato plant right here is way above my waist height, and I am just so amazed at its tremendous growth. I think that pinching those suckers might have helped the growth. And here are my husky tomatoes. They're getting more bushier every day. And look at my squash plants. They're getting huge. They're just popping out of the bag. And I'm keeping an eye on those leaves. I see a tinge of yellow, so we're going to make sure it gets that fertilizer and so it stays healthy. And look at the pool with the peppers and also the little beans. I'm so excited to see those guys. And look, here they are. I guess about 8 out of 10 seeds would pop up. It looks like I got about 8 out of 12 here. So yeah, I get about a 70% germination rate. So I'm excited about that. And look at the progress on my little peppers. They're not so little anymore. They're getting huge. Look at that. And I found my first banana pepper hiding in the back. And look, I have little San Marizano tomatoes coming. And I also have some of the yellow cherry tomatoes coming. And here's some more of the yellow cherry tomatoes. And of course, those tomatoes on those husky red tomatoes are doing very well. And I found a couple more of those huskies hanging out in the back. They're just popping up everywhere. And taking a look at my squash plants, I have a lot of flower buds forming. No flowers just yet, but I'm just going to keep my eye on those. And here's an overview of the tomatoes and pepper plants. And here are my zucchini and husky tomato plants. And here's the overview of the garden for this week. And just check it out. Just week 1 a short time ago. Look at what it looked like. Then week 2, we got those plants in there and they're starting their journey. Week 3, wow, we had a growth spurt here, but we also had a lot of rain too. And then week 4, they're still growing strong. Wow, what tremendous growth. Listen, if you love to garden or if you're planning to garden, give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you plan to grow. Also, make sure that you tune in for next week where I will be showing you my timer and watering process. Thank you so much for following my gardening journey, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an update. I will see all of you next Sunday in my next video.